Credit and debit cards have recently come under increased scrutiny. Federal regulators have proposed setting limits on interchange fees merchants pay the banks for processing debit or credit transactions. These changes directly impact the bank's ability to continue offering check cards at no cost to the cardholders. So what is interchange, and how could these changes affect you? Think about it like this. Every time you use your debit or credit card to buy something, there are 4 parties involved. You, the merchant's bank, and your bank or credit union, the people who issued your card. The process begins when you buy something from the merchant who chooses to accept your debit or credit card at their store. You choose to use your card because it's convenient. They choose to accept your card for a variety of reasons we'll explain throughout the process. It's important to keep in mind that even though we take it for granted that everyone accepts debit and credit cards, accepting these cards is a choice that the merchant makes, and it's a service that they pay a fee for. Here's how it works. Let's say you decide to buy a $10 book from a bookstore using your debit card. Your bank or credit union pays the merchant's bank the money for the book, and then the merchant's bank pays the merchant. So the money goes from your bank to their bank and then to the merchant. But when it does, a small fee, called the merchant discount fee, is withheld from this payment by the merchant's bank. On a purchase of $10, this would be about a 20-cent fee. At this point, both you and the bookstore are done. You have your book, and the merchant has their money, minus the merchant discount fee. But both of your banks are still working, and this is the point at which interchange takes place. The merchant's bank passes back to your bank a portion of this merchant discount fee. In this example, on a $10 purchase where the merchant discount fee was 20 cents, about 14 cents of that would go to your bank. This money sent back to your bank from the merchant's bank is known as interchange. So why is this money being withheld from the merchant and split between the banks? What are they doing to justify these fees? Well, by issuing you a bank debit card or credit card, your bank has made it possible for you to participate in this process, even driving business to this particular store, because you'd rather use your card to buy a book rather than worry about having enough cash on hand at the time of your purchase or write a check. The process saves the bookstore money because they don't have to run their own private credit card label. They become part of the network your card is in, Visa, MasterCard, etc. And the bookstore gets paid fast for the sale, usually on the same day. While this is great for the merchant, it's not so great for your bank, because while they pay immediately on your behalf, you can pay later if you are using a credit card, leaving your bank or credit union with 30 days or so until they get reimbursed. Also, throughout this entire process, your information and money is protected from issues such as fraud, another benefit for both parties. So even though the bookstore is paying a fee to be able to accept your card, there are benefits to them for doing so and disadvantages for not, like fees for check processing and the theft risks of operating with so much cash. So how could this system be changing, and how does it affect you? We've established the benefits to the merchant for participating in this system, but they feel the cost is too high and are lobbying Congress to pay less, a tactic which, if successful, will end up forcing you, the consumer, to pay more to own and use a debit card. Banks will also have to make up revenue and will end up having to charge consumers monthly fees of up to $6 per each debit card that is issued. It's understandable that merchants don't like seeing a portion of their sale being returned to the bank as payment for this system. But the current cost of accepting your credit and debit cards are already factored into the merchant's prices, and although they will be paying less for the process, they will not alter their prices to compensate, which just leaves you, the consumers, paying even more, and that's not fair. If you'd like to voice your opinion on these new regulations, please visit ibc.com and click on the Your Voice banner to contact your elected officials.